Part of my equity work right now and the foundation is that resistance to just doing. It's not enough just to read a book. And you have to feel it. There's a lot of things that come with DEI work. You have to sit in that. For me, being a Black woman, there's anti-Blackness everywhere. And you have to navigate that system as you're presenting and talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, and especially representation and why it matters and why it's so important in those spaces. And in addition to that, how do you sustain doing this work, right? I'm really big on your mental health. I'm really big on you doing your maintenance, your self-care, your community care. That's all part of it. It's not just educating yourself, but it's taking care of yourself as you switch from one mindset you might have had for 20, 30, 40, 50 years to being open to absorbing something else. So that's really the work that I've been doing lately, is really supporting that notion of, okay, here's some of the fundamentals, here's some of the things that I started with, but here's how I take care of myself while I'm on this journey to decolonize racism and these structures that historically have kept, minority groups out. And so that's just really some of the stuff that I'll be focusing on in mine. But I will be interested to see how some of it does overlap, because we probably use some of the same concepts, some of the same books we probably use, best practices probably do overlap, but really how do you sustain so this isn't just 9-week course? Where do you take this after there, and how do you take care of yourself while you do that? There's some things that are really heavy. Some people have no clue. They're like, I didn't know that happened in history. And you're like, yeah, it did. And we still have this ripple effect happening. And that's why we need you and need people to be on this journey with us and being open to absorbing this work. Social justice work is not for the faint of heart, but it's so necessary. And there's a couple of things that I've found that really helps build empathy for the Black experience since COVID that I would definitely love to bring up, but also, sustaining and taking care of yourself as you're decolonizing, as you're learning. And some of us, as we're experiencing, how it is being a man of color, they'll say something, and if you're the only person of color in the room, they look dead at you. How do you teach not to do that also? And that's part of the work too. How do you not ostracize the person of color or the person of the marginalized group if they're one or few or the only there? And what does that feel like? And sharing that experience so people get to understanding, so that we're building more empathy, is very important doing this work too. Empathy is everything.